Today, we're diving into Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now. And this is so much more than just a book. It's really a hands-on guide to ending the suffering that, believe it or not, we create for ourselves. So let's unpack how it all works. So where did this all begin? Well, for Eckhart Tolle, everything changed with this one single thought. It popped into his head when he was 29, in the middle of a night filled with just crushing depression. And this thought was so strange, so bizarre, that it stopped him dead in his tracks. I mean, think about that for a second. I cannot live with myself. Who is the I, and who is the self that it can't live with? It means there must be two of me, right? And that one simple question was so profound that his mind just went silent. It was the spark for a huge spiritual awakening, and it pulled back the curtain on the fundamental illusion most of us are living with every single day. Okay, so what is this huge illusion he's talking about? Tolle's big idea is that the source of all our pain, it isn't your job, it's not your relationships, it's not your bank account. No, the real tormentor is living right inside our own heads. He calls this voice the thinker. You know the one, right? It's that non-stop radio station in your head that's always commenting, judging, worrying, and narrating everything. The crazy part is most of us are so identified with it, we actually believe that voice is who we are. And when we buy into that voice, when we identify with the thinker, we create a false self he calls the ego. Now, this isn't about being arrogant. It's about this phantom identity that's built from our past memories and is always looking to the future for some kind of salvation or happiness. It's always fragile, always scared, and it can never, ever just be satisfied right now. And that leads us to this concept of the pain body. Tolle describes this as a kind of energy field made up of all the old, unprocessed emotional pain you've ever experienced. It just hangs out, dormant, but when it gets triggered, whoa, it can completely take you over. And get this, it actually feeds on more pain, more drama. It literally wants you to feel bad so it can survive. So here's the big unlock. This is the crucial point. We have a choice. We can stay unconscious, totally enslaved by the thinker, believing we are our thoughts. Or we can wake up and become the watcher, the conscious presence that just notices the thoughts without getting tangled up in them. That shift from being the thought to being the awareness behind the thought, that is the very first step toward freedom. So how do we actually become the watcher? Well, it starts when we understand the mind's greatest trick, its secret weapon for keeping us trapped. Our whole concept of time. You see, the egoic mind is basically a time-traveling machine. It's completely obsessed with the past. That's where it gets its identity. And it's obsessed with the future. That's where it hopes to find fulfillment. But the one place it can't go, the one thing it absolutely despises is the present moment, the now. Why? Because in the now, the mind has no control. Now, Tolle makes a really important distinction here. There's clock time, which is totally fine and practical. You need it to set an alarm, to make an appointment. But then there's psychological time, and he calls this a mental disease. This is that endless cycle of regret about the past and anxiety about the future that generates almost all of our suffering. And listen, this isn't some brand new, modern idea. We're talking centuries here. The 13th century mystic Meister Eckhart put it perfectly. Time is the veil that keeps a deeper reality hidden from us. It's the biggest roadblock there is. So if psychological time is the prison, how in the world do we get out? The answer is the key to this entire teaching. We have to learn how to access the incredible power of now. Just think about it for a minute. Have you ever, in your entire life, experienced anything outside of this present moment? The past is just a memory that you're having right now. The future is just a thought that you're having right now. The now is all there ever is. It's the only reality we've got. And when you can drop fully into the now, you connect with what Tolle calls being. This isn't a thought or an emotion. It's your true nature, the formless, timeless, indestructible essence of who you really are, underneath all that mental noise. It's that sense of aliveness you can actually feel when your mind finally gets quiet. Okay, this all sounds amazing in theory, right? But how do we actually do it in our chaotic, busy lives? Well, let's get practical, because Tolle offers some incredibly simple, yet really powerful ways to anchor ourselves in the present. It all starts with just listening. Listen to that voice in your head. But here's the trick. Don't argue with it, don't judge it, don't try to change it.
Just listen to it, like you're listening to someone else talking. The moment you do that, you create a separation. You realize, wait a minute, I'm not the voice. I'm the one hearing the voice. And that little gap, that space, is the beginning of real freedom.
And the beautiful thing is, you can practice this literally anywhere. You don't need a meditation cushion or a silent retreat. Next time you wash your hands, instead of thinking about your to-do list, just feel the warm water, smell the soap. When you walk up a flight of stairs, feel every single step under your feet. It's about taking back these simple, everyday moments and using them as your portal to the now.
So what happens when you start to make this a regular practice? What's the payoff? Well, according to Tolle, the results are nothing less than a total life transformation. We start to tap into something he calls the joy of being. Okay, get ready for one of the most mind-bending ideas in the whole book. All of your problems are illusions. Now, why would he say that? Because a problem is just a story your mind creates, and that story needs time to exist. It's always about something that happened in the past or something you're afraid might happen in the future.
See, in the raw reality of the present moment, a problem can't survive. In the now, there are only situations. Situations you can deal with, accept, or remove yourself from. But a problem? Ask yourself, right now, in this exact second, what problem do I have? The real answer is always none.
And when you start living in that space, that problem-free reality of the now, three incredible qualities they just bubble up from inside you. And they aren't emotions that come and go. They are unchanging states of being: love, joy, and peace. And they don't have an opposite because they come from a place that's beyond the mind in its world of opposites. So I want to leave you with the same powerful Zen question that Tolle uses to bring us right back home, right back to this moment. When you cut through all the mental chatter, all the stories, and you just pay attention to this moment, right here, right now, ask yourself, honestly, what at this moment is lacking?